NEUROANATOMY Part A. Frontal and coronal view of brain showing ventricular system. Lateral ventricles. Largest ventricles. C-shaped ventricle. One on either side present in cerebral hemispheres. Roof formed by corpus callosum. Separated from each other by septum pellucidum. Third ventricle. Midline ventricle. It is connected to the lateral ventricles through interventricular foramen of Munro. It is sandwiched between thalamus and hypothalamus. Cerebral aqueduct of Sylvius. It is present in the midbrain. Fourth ventricle. Diamond-shaped ventricle. It is present in the hindbrain. It is sandwiched between the cerebellum, roof posteriorly, and brainstem, floor anteriorly. Sandwiched between cerebellum and brainstem. Part of brainstem covering the fourth ventricle. Pons and upper half of medulla oblongata. Floor of fourth ventricle. Dorsum of pons. Dorsum of upper half of medulla oblongata. Pontomedullary junction. Stria terminalis. Present on the dorsum of lower pons just above the pontomedullary junction. Facial colliculus. Rounded elevations produced by axons of facial nerve. Locus ceruleus. Present on the dorsum of upper pons. Hypoglossal trigone. Elevation produced by the nucleus of hypoglossal nerve. Cranial nerve 12. Present in the upper half of medulla oblongata. Vagal trigone. Elevation produced by the nucleus of vagal trigone. Cranial nerve 10. Present in upper half of medulla oblongata. Lateral to hypoglossal trigone. Vestibular area. Most lateral structures on the dorsum of upper part of medulla oblongata. Important information. Lower half of medulla oblongata has central canal. Central canal continues downwards into spinal cord. Lesions in the facial colliculus can compromise the muscles of the facial expression. Lesions developed to facial colliculus can damage the abducens nerve nucleus and cause paralysis of lateral rectus muscle of the eye. Locus ceruleus appears darker in color because it has neuromelanin in it. In medial medullary syndrome, hypoglossal nucleus is involved. Tongue muscle palsy. In lateral medullary syndrome, vestibular nucleus is involved. Wallenberg syndrome with vertigo. Thalamus and hypothalamus. They belong to diencephalon part of the brain. Third ventricle is in the midline, sandwiched between thalamus and hypothalamus. Hypothalamus forms the lateral wall and floor of third ventricle. Thalamus. Lateral geniculate nucleus, medial geniculate nucleus. Thalamic nuclei, anterior group. Part of limbic system, memory and emotion. Medial group. Emotional output to prefrontal cortex, awareness of emotions. Ventral group. Somatosensory output to postcentral gyrus, signal from cerebellum and basal nuclei to motor areas of cortex. Lateral group. Somatosensory output to association areas of cortex, contributes to emotional function of limbic system. Posterior group. Relay of visual signals to occipital lobe via lateral geniculate ganglion and auditory signals to temporal lobe via medial geniculate nucleus. Thalamus is a relay center. It connects the higher brain center with lower brain center. Anterior nucleus of thalamus. It is a part of peptide circuit, part of limbic system. It receives a input through mammillothalamic tract from mammillary body of hypothalamus. If this tract is damaged, there is problem with peptide circuit and limbic system. Posterior group of nuclei of thalamus, also known as metathalamus. It has two nuclei. Lateral geniculate nucleus relays visual signals to occipital lobe. Medial geniculate nucleus relays auditory signals to temporal lobe. Occipital lobe is area number 17. Temporal lobe is